Wait, it's not raining? That's very underwhelming. No. Alright, there we go. Alright, hello, good afternoon everyone, and good evening you people, and good whatever else in the other corners of this world. Welcome to my stream. Welcome, welcome. How's everyone doing? Hello. So yeah, my name is Usher, as a famous Michael Love said in the chat room just now. My name is Usher and I like visual effects. Hello. So yeah, I'm a technical artist in Epic Games. I do research and development, which is a fancy word for just messing around and see what happens. Just showing a little bit of the cool stuff that's already in the engine demos, and you could download whenever you want. That's actually a thing to give me some time to think about what to say next. Yeah, the water fluid demo is just released. Wait, not this one, but we have fluid plugin that's released, and we'll have a live stream tomorrow in the Unreal Engine official live stream. So today we have two other guests who are Dmaw, who made very fancy comical panel in VR. Wait, let me unmute you. All right.
What's up? Hello.
What's up?
Can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
Okay, good. Nice.
Yeah, let me just show, demonstrate a little bit. So here we'll talk about this very fancy comical panel thing, which is made entirely in our engine. Even the animation is made in our engine using control rig.
Yep. Yeah, we moved our entire pipeline to Unreal.
No, wait, shit, I didn't. God. Alright, let's play that again. Sorry.
That's fine.
Haven't streamed for a year or so. I'm forgetting a lot of things, like getting my water.
Oh, you're playing the audio.
Yeah, check him out at if you see my announcement, you all know the handle.
Yeah.
DMAWXXX. What is the 3X for, Dmaw? That's sketchy as fuck.
I was trying to be edgy, okay?
Yeah.
God.
And Victor with his fancy Voxel integration, which is very smart, the best Voxel integration I've seen in our engine or everywhere else. Yeah, this one is what he is gonna talk about today. Procedural stuff, very fancy, very cool, with like existing stone assets, and you can just use that to add the shape of stone to your thing using voxels, and everything is destructible and can be modified in runtime, which is very nice. I will talk about this. Okay, I have a flow chat for this. Give me a minute. It's still kind of crazy to live stream. I need to keep the chat window on the right. Alright, people are still there. They are not leaving, surprisingly. Yeah. I'm gonna talk about the Doppelganger effect. I name it because it duplicates the character mesh, and I really like D&D. The initial task was to make this engine dodging effect in Matrix demo. Here, phew. So again. Here, so a most straightforward path would be just duplicating the skeleton mesh of the character. Wait, I didn't show that. Oh my god, I'm stupid. I'm sorry. Thank you for bearing with me, chat. Alright.
Asher's a meta-human.
Let's do it again. I can cut this part out. This is my stream. I don't need to be nervous, right? Right? Alright, let's do it. Yeah, so this part. And under the bridge, it's a little darker. Wait, this. Yeah, here. So most straightforward path to do this is just duplicating the skeleton mesh character and try to like kind of blur it and make it seems like it's having a kind of phantom effect. But the result was a little underwhelming if you just emit particles from the mesh and try to fake it. So I came out with this system that just use Niagara particle system to try to mimic, try to duplicate, then mimic the movement of the character. So as you can see, on every triangle, so the color, it doesn't mean anything, it's just a coloration of different particles. One color is one particle. I wanted to just explain this in my stream, but this is Warner Brothers IP, so I really can't talk about that. So I tried other possibility within the same system, try to make something new, and I did. The result, I will not show the result now, but before showing anything else, if you are in my Discord server, I believe most of you are, you can find an example asset I put in the Asher's Grimoire channel here. You can download this. Then it will be missing a lot of references because a lot of references are in our city demo. So city demo was a derived product of the Matrix project, and you can still see the asset I used for this exact shot of the previous Matrix shot in this project. And if you downloaded city sample, you can find it under effect Doppelganger, and you will see the Niagara assets I used for that. And I did a cleanup and made a really simple sample of how the system works, which is what this asset download is. Just download it and put it inside the inside the content effect Niagara Doppelganger folder. Extract here and you'll be set, and just add any third-person template or other character you want. Then add the Doppelganger ghost dodge sample under the skeleton mesh component. Then you hit play and you get this. It's very simple, but it has all the essential parts of how you could make effects like this. I will go into that a little bit, but first let me find my notes. Yeah, I will not use this to showcase. I have a little more colorful demo, which is a sparrow from Paragon, our game. This asset, the character, is also free on Unreal Engine Marketplace. And let me show a little visualize of how this actually works. Click on the asset. Wait, should I add myself? Yeah, let me do that. US cam? No? There we go. Alright. Hello, my gorgeous face. Good to see you again. Wait, where am I? Oh yeah, let's get into the material first. So this is material, it's pretty simple. I essentially use two material functions here to pipe the data from Niagara to material system, which I will talk more in detail later. But now I just want to visualize how this actually works. So the reconstruct SKM color output is to pipe the color from the G buffer example before into the material. If I disconnect that, you can see it's just a black silhouette of things. And I can try to visualize individual particles using particle random value, then pipe that into debug gradient as emissive color There we go. So that's kind of, you can tell every triangle is just a particle because particle random value presents color. And if I switch to wireframe view, you can see it's actually small chords. That's kind of snapped into space, but not really. What does that mean? That's because we have this reconstruct SKM offset output to kind of stretch the chord into the triangle on the skeleton mesh surface. If I disconnect this and add this color output back, you can see the color is vaguely right, but the triangles are not in space. Pull my nose there. No, that affects my lighting. What do I do? Nah, okay. Alright, sorry for the pause. No. So this is the result I get after just trying it for a few hours. And because every triangle is a particle, we can do like typical particle stuff to the triangles. Like if I enable the here, if I enable some kind of curl noise to the particle, then the triangle will actually move around in space. Like this. Hope that's clear enough. A kind of cool warping effect, and they're moving kind of uniformly in space because the curl noise is in word space. We can also use particle life, relative time, as the input to some curve atlas input. So you can change the color through timeline easily. Wait, what is that? Oh, I need to multiply the color of the curve atlas with the Doppelganger color output. There we go. And it doesn't change anything because it's white at this moment. But if I tweak this curve to something like blue, you can say it's blue now. So the x-axis of this curve is basically time of the particle life, right? So if I make red here and some purple here, you can say it kind of just change color through time. Curve atlas is basically a very nice way that's built in engine to communicate your color curve with GPU. Basically, this will be converted into a set of this curve will be converted into one single curve atlas, and they are sampled in real time. Like you can see, it's very thin line up here because we only need 1D, one dimension data, and the texture is 2D, so we can stock a lot of curves inside that texture. So initially I wanted just to show this, but it doesn't look very good. I don't feel good about it. It's kind of cool, but not mind-blowing. Before I talk about what I thought about afterwards, I want to show my inspiration of this effect, which is ratchet and clunk dodge effect. In the meantime, let me grab some water. I just drank tap water because I was faster. Sheesh. It's my own stream. Stop being nervous. Holy shit. Alright. People. I'm back. So like this is pretty cool dodge effect, and I really love it because how smooth it feels, like jazz. But you can already tell it's very high demanding to the animation team. It really need to sell the motion, like boop, and the tail is also playing a very essential part in that animation. So you can kind of anchor your eyes onto the tail. It forms a nice spline curve. Another inspiration of this effect is, wait, what is it? StarCraft, the High Templar. If you play that, you already know what I'm talking about. Here, when his teammate George comes to the rescue. Yeah, it has really cool phantom warping style stuff. I don't know, I'm just randomly naming it. But I recognize that in order to accomplish this, I need to really do heavy work on animation, which I'm not really good at, and I need the asset to look gorgeous to kind of really sell it. There is also the Castlevania effect. That's a very long memory, I don't remember it. But yeah, I guess this is actually not that uncommon in video games, which is why I didn't go this route. So what I wanted to sell was the special thing about the Doppelganger system I made is every triangle is particles, right? So the physics side is very important, and I want to sell the very clear, solid form of the Doppelganger that you leave behind. So I changed my approach to this. Yeah. Hence the birth of Frenzied Flame Great Sword. No, not this one? Is this one? No, that's very bad lighting. What? Where's the good one? I just show it in engine then. Switch to my another level. Alright, there we go. Cool, I still can't get enough of it. There are a lot of happy accidents I encountered during the making, like how the amber floating around the statues, which feels very nice.
Are you trying to share your screen right now or not?
Oh no, shit. Oh my god, why do I keep doing this? Alright, sorry for wasting 1 minute of your time. That's 187 minutes added together for the entire chat. I'm so sorry. Yeah, and a button for slow-mo. So yeah, there are a lot of happy accidents during the making, and the amber, you can see it floating around the statue, and the kind of like bounce lighting from the still burning stone that's emissive and kind of stretch out to other statues feels super nice. Not everything is planned, but when you see something cool, you know you want to. That's a keeper. So I will actually dive into a little bit of tech details and show the only slides that's made. So on effect start, one particle will spawn for each triangle of the skeleton mesh, and we will sample the skeleton mesh of the character and record that vertices word position data. And we also sample the G buffer scene color of each vertices of one triangle and store that data in that one particle, which represents the triangle. And since every triangle is one particle, we have 3 vertices and 6 fluid 3 that we need to store and pipe into the material. How do we store it? We store it in dynamic parameter and particle position, particle color. Yeah, just take a screenshot if you want. And the sprite material will pick this up and stretch the triangle into space. I'm already way over my time. I'll try to wrap this up faster, but let me show you the material once more. It's fine, we talked about this before. If I go out of time, they are cool with it. It's my stream, haha. Oh no, yes, this one? I just use this one. So, these two are similar. I'll just show one of them. So the offset output, which is how we stretch the chord into the triangle on the skeleton mesh, it's basically this. It's not too complicated. We take dynamic parameter 0 and 1, which have the second and third data for the vertex on the triangle, and we use the text coordination. We use UV to determine which vertex this vertex is, and we choose the data from these 3 set of positions and use that as a word offset to stretch the chord. So for the chord, it's not a triangle, right? But we collapse the third and fourth vertices into one vertex. And this is much faster than using a mesh renderer and you try to give it a 1 multiplied by 1 triangle. Sprite renderers are fast. And what's next? Oh yeah, I just talked about the actual effect and the more art effect of the take art. Wait, what's happening? Okay, it's good. No. What's happening? That's good. So the big selling point of this effect is the fidelity of this statue. So it looks like really nice with good lighting and ambient occlusion and light bouncing. That's a big part of it actually comes from sampling the actual character at that frame when it happens. So that scene color is in how to say it? It's enhanced in contrast. So it's almost black or white, but we multiply that by a Quixel asset, mega scan asset of stone to make it feel it's blending into the environment with correct AO. Also, the normal is very important. Let me see the material here. Yeah, basically this a triplanar projected texture set of the stone. It's very beautiful stone. Megascan has really good stones. If I increase the if I increase this really bad, you can see it's kind of. You can see the color of this character is still there, which I painted to make it look more contrasty. So it still retain that and the AO here to make it feel nice. For the fire, wait, what am I gonna talk about fire? Oh yeah, so this part is the character itself. Fire is basically a material attribute blend using particle lifespan or something, I don't remember. And the cool thing is I'm using the actual brightness of this character to determine where it burns more intensely. So you can make kind of visual connection when the fire cools down into stone. And play that again. And play that in slow motion. Yeah, you can see the fire kind of diffuses into stone texture. Right there. I just really go quick for other aspect. So this ignite is how I control the color blending and how the fire extinguish and how the stone expose out. The emissive color add is basically how I add fire along the timeline, and init color mount is how I dim the initial stone texture a little bit, so it kind of like not a triangle, kind of like a triangle blend to reveal the stones. And there are some volumetric noise going on to make it feel more organic, but it's not too heavy, so you can tell the different layer of different statues, so they are like boom, 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 boom. Animation, and animation is a very important part of this too. Let me open the BP for a little bit. Yeah, I'm just playing one animation set that I really like and modified on top of that to control the timing. So the timing here is controlled using, alright, the animation, no shit, but also a thing called animation notify state. So we have animation notify and notify state. Notify basically when you want to, your sword explodes things, and you want to explode it when the sword goes forward, and that exact timing you use animation state notify to notify other BP or animation blueprint to say I want to play this particle effect, or I want to make the word burn, Animation state is a state. It's usually used to just insert a Niagara system into the template here, so the Niagara effect is played during the duration of this state, and you can control lifetime. No, I added this. You can control other kind of stuff just using this, and you can also create a blueprint class on top of this state and try to store data and something like that, which is what I did. I add this lifetime mode to make the kick fall down faster, because if the kick still leaves the doppelganger in space, it will kind of feel weird, and everything is intertwined together, so I just make it fall down very fast. And yeah, I didn't use the template because the Niagara system of this one is constantly running. Like all the past doppelganger and this doppelganger, they are one system, and I want them to be able to access each other or be related to each other. So I'm not filling the template, just using the animation notify state to communicate with the BP. And I also use this curve, animation curve, to add more motion blur into the character, which sounds crazy, I know, but we actually have the way to control motion blur in material, which is this previous frame switch into world position offset. So if your character doesn't have any world position offset, you can just connect 0 to current frame and take whatever on the previous frame that you want it to be. Like if it's moving here, wait, okay. If it's currently here and last frame is here, you can multiply this distance by 100 and then fit that in the previous frame. So the motion blur will appear super weird and very intense. It's not really looking super good, but actually definitely added some energy to it. And within my time budget to make this effect, I think it's pretty cool. Let me try that again. Boom, boom, boom. Yep, there. And I also disabled the motion vector, velocity output of the of other particles there. So the character motion blur has dominance over other particles. So it looks kind of unified. But you can do whatever you want. This is not particularly super cool, but just a kind of neat technique to tell you. And yeah, I'm way over time. I just stop here. All right, Dmaw, are you still there with me?
Yeah, I'm here somewhere.
Hello. Yeah, initially I want to take a question after this session, but I will just pass that for now. We will do a QA after all of us are done with our sessions. Yeah. All right.
Yeah.
Finding some breath room. All right, you're up.
Okay, cool.
Okay,
What's up,
cool.
everybody? So let's see, where do I want to start? Let me just play, although you've already played it, so I'll play some other things as well.
Sorry, I didn't tell you.
So I graduated from college, like, I think 2 years ago, as soon as the pandemic started back in March, my master's degree in animation. And then my thesis was this idea to have use like 3D manga panels to like add back some like film language to VR, like insert shots, extreme close-ups, flashbacks, just things that you normally can't really do in VR. And so I spent a long time kind of coming up with this concept and how to figure out how can I make like these 3D manga panels that will run well in VR. And so, yeah, eventually I just kind of, obviously I succeeded.
Yeah, obvious.
Obviously. So yeah, I'll show you. I kind of want to show you guys where I started off with, though. Just really quick, I'll skim through this. So I made this document to kind of like explain to someone that I needed help with for. So like I made this document showing like what I was doing before we had we were using like these render targets and then kind of like masking them out using a post-process material to kind of create these stereoscopic panel things. And while it kind of worked for what it kind of worked for what I wanted to do, but they render on top of everything. So even like the player's hands, and sometimes when that happens in VR, it's kind of disorienting. So it wasn't perfect. And the other obnoxious thing about this style was that I had to like, you had to like set up your. Sorry, is my mic giving a bunch of feedback?
I'm not hearing it. Should be fine.
Okay, good. Okay, cool. So like you had to adjust your IPD. So like in the headset, once you've got your headset on, and then you have to like in game adjust the panels to line up to your, to your IPD.
Mm-hmm.
And it was really annoying, and everyone hated it. But it was the only way to get the stereoscopic effect to work for each different person.
Just very quick, do you want to share your screen maybe?
Oh shit! I've not been sharing my screen this whole time.
Yay, not just me.
Usually my producer tells me that I'm not sharing my screen, so
Your fancy producer.
yeah, dude. I need lots of help. Okay, all right, let me start over. Holy shit.
You're showing your privacy. We're all seeing it.
There. This is what I want to show. Right? You can see that? Okay, cool. All right, so here, oh my god, dude. So anyway, yeah, so I made these like 3D manga panels to do all that stuff that I said before. You guys saw in the video that Asher showed earlier, some of them or whatever. And then, so what I was trying to tell you guys earlier is that I used to use like render targets, and I was making a post-process material. And we would use like these, render targets, post-process material. And then I was just kind of showing some of my really early research where these panels would render on top of everything, and they weren't very good for what I wanted, but it was the only way I knew how to do it at the time. And then eventually, and here you can kind of see, they're also really hard to work with, like making these panels using this technique of like kind of green screening the stuff out was actually quite annoying to work with, and it just didn't, and it was hard to tell.
Sorry to interrupt. What is your sharing quality?
720, 30 FPS.
You didn't pay for Nitro or shit?
No. Dude, I'm broke, bro.
Alright, let's just deal with this lowly resolution then.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
You can actually. I can read it. It's readable.
Okay, well, I don't want them to see the text. I'm just kind of skimming through. There'll be full screen stuff here in a second. I just want to skim through this like old research stuff. And then, one day in 2017, I came across this post by Chris Murphy. Also, shout out to Jan in the chat. That kind of was like what I've been looking for and like what I wanted to do, because I wanted to not use render targets, because render targets, they won't run on Quest. They won't, or I mean they can, but to the extent that I want to use them, that it just would not scale. So I saw this post that I had saved from 2017, and then here's Jan breaking it down. And if you go through my Twitter, you can find this link, and because I probably won't be able to get into the details of how all this works. We're probably going to do like a big talk on this on our version of the shader later on, once the game releases. But if you want to create an effect that's similar to what I've done here, but with a circle, they use the cylinder intersection node here to kind of what drives that mask. But yeah, I came across this and I was like, okay, how can I use this but make it a square? So that was my next challenge. And so I did a bunch of playing around with this, and the shader is kind of cool because it's like poking a hole in reality, sort of. As long as all the materials share the same, or as long as all the objects share the same material with the same, like all the same settings, it'll look like they're in a portal type thing. But I was trying to do a cube, so I came across like trying to figure out maybe I can use side distance fields, or maybe I could do ray marching or something else. Because I'm new, I'm not like I haven't been at this for very long, and so
that's pretty cool. Punching a hole.
Yeah, it's like punching a hole in reality. I mean, it's really cool. It looks so cool. And so I eventually kept exploring different ideas. And then I was like, yeah, let's use the custom node and write some SLHL or HLSL or whatever, which didn't pan out completely. And then more examples of what it looks like. You can build like these whole rooms inside like these holes. And then, so yeah, I made this document. I sent it to a friend or someone on Twitter that I needed help with, like coming up with the math to do the quad version of this. So my friend Sai here, he's all about doing like ray marching and all sorts of cool stuff. He's like a big math wizard. And so he helped me come up with the math to do to make a square version of this, which I can show another example here. So like, yeah, I wanted to make like these squares that I could adjust in game real time. and so you can make like these cool, manga stuff. So that's pretty neat. And then, so here in the engine, you can see our beautiful capybara. So we created like this blueprint that kind of controls all the parameters for this. So I can move these corners here and dynamically change the mask anytime to any kind of quad shape that I want. And also something that we're kind of working on right now, because this is still work in progress or whatever. But one thing we're working on right now is just fixing the shearing that happens here where the edges get too low. But yeah, so let's see. Yeah, so you can do stuff like this. Sometimes there's some artifacting, there's some math and stuff that we need to solve. I'm getting like crazy feedback. Is it just me or?
It's just you. It's
Okay,
not
good.
me.
Okay. Just making sure that the stream isn't.
I'm seeing excellent peasant quality of
That's
720p.
I'm sorry. Yeah. So yeah. Let's see. So the cool thing about this is like you can just drop whatever model you want into this blueprint here, and it'll do this thing. Sorry, this is my first time like explaining this live, so it's kind of, I'm sorry if it's a little awkward.
I will cut off the pause.
Yeah, cut off whatever the weird, awkward parts. But yeah, so these things can actually come out of the border, so it's pretty cool. A lot of people compare this shader to stencil buffering in Unity, which it's not really the same.
Oh yeah, do you have the stream open? That could be why. But that's pretty high latency.
I have it muted, so maybe I'll just pause the stream.
Do you want to take some time to deal with it?
I'm fine. As long as the stream isn't hearing my audio feedback, then that's fine.
Okay.
That's all I care about.
I thought it was kind of loop your voice back in 20s.
No.
200 milliseconds thing.
It sounds like horrible. It sounded like my mic was picking up my computer's like hissing sound or whatever.
Right. Fine.
So yeah. So yeah, you can put this little guy in here. You can move him around. Hide him over here. Put him back over here. And I'm kind of doing this thing where like, if you move it back out this way, you move it through this way, it'll disappear because there's like a clipping plane. Kind of clips it so that it doesn't break the border. But I can also move, like I've got like these whole borders here where we can actually move this whole border here. We've got a plane back here that kind of, I can make this deeper if I wanted. I could build literally entire worlds in this. You could do literally anything you want. And what I'm also currently using is this, I'm using like a box to kind of block. You can see here, right? It's kind of like blocking. Because like if I move the box out of the way, you can kind of see the illusion breaks or whatever. And so like I was thinking about using a cube map for this, but also authoring a cube map and doing kind of like I want to be able to dynamically scale this texture and stuff. So I've kind of started working on this other material that kind of looks like object locked.
I mean, for the frame, I think. All right, sorry to interrupt.
No, go ahead.
For the frame, you already mask the frame, right? So it's not hard to determine what is when you are looking behind the camera and just give it a solid color or something. That's exactly what
I just have this as white because I was lazy.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So normally I'll make a solid color for this, and then just in case someone sees this in an extreme angle. Generally, for the most part, in game, the player generally won't be able to get like this close for the most part.
You're underestimating how bored people are.
Oh, what?
You're underestimating how bored people are.
Oh yeah, no. Well, they physically just won't be able to get close to them.
Okay.
Yeah. Some of them will obviously allow to get close if because obviously it's a cool effect to kind of.
The first thing I'm gonna do in VR, seeing this shit, I'm gonna stick my head into it. That's the first thing.
So that's gonna be super disappointing because watch, this is the big secret to this tech. That's going to be very disappointing. Oh,
If-
it's gone.
If the panel just move along, like
Yeah,
if
you
my
can
head
just
just take it away, I would just delete the game instantly.
Yeah. I've been thinking about making something that lets it like invert the panel, so like you could go into it or whatever.
Yeah.
But at the moment, it's just a
Please
once you go
make
through the
that
clip.
happen.
Yeah, so that's like one of the last things I'll add to it because it's going to take me a minute to figure out that.
Yeah.
Because you have to like manage where the camera is, and then if you get
I know,
have a weird
I know.
thing like this, be like shit. So we'll figure it out. But here, let's see. We could go look at some other examples. These are just some other things that we can get.
How much?
Huh?
No, I'm just seeing the cards and asking how much. It's
Oh, how much? Yeah. So you gotta buy. You can buy. This. We're gonna turn our game into like a gacha game, you know. So you have to pay to get random characters. No, I'm just kidding. That's not gonna happen. But yeah, 5-star characters. So yeah, you can like build like entire little worlds inside these little panels. It's super cool. And the great thing about it is it's quite a cheap shader for VR. Let's see. Turn off Android. You can see it's pretty darn cheap. The only reason why it's expensive back here is because our panels have like a bunch of different, or the backgrounds of these, like the abstract, like manga backgrounds, have like a bunch of parameters to do like rotations and scales, panning effects and things. It's super cheap.
Do you mind talking a little about how brutally constrained you're facing on Oculus? I heard it's 50 draw calls, right?
So I think the Quest 1 was like 50 draw calls, but I think Quest 2 is like 80 to 120 or something, which still is like absolutely nothing. It could be even, it might be higher for Quest 2, to be honest, a little bit more, maybe even 200, but I'm not 100% sure. I've been operating off of Quest 1.
What's the recommended instruction count per pixel?
So I don't know off of for like
I just look that up.
Yeah. Because I've been looking at it with the Vulkan stats or whatever, and the number's like 7. Yeah, it's like a super, like all of our materials in the game are like super low instruction count. Like they have they're all unlit, they're all fully rough, and so like that's why you can see like all the lighting in our game is like hand painted, and also we're also using like vertex colors. So like
you're painting on the vertex color and trying to make it look hard, right?
Yeah. So anytime we want to make a shadow, we'll just add extra somewhere, and then we'll use the vertex lighting. But like
you actually need to create more triangles for the shadow.
Yeah, but the good thing is the Quest 2 has a much higher poly budget than it used to, or than the Quest 1. So it's like a million, about a million polygons per frame.
I see.
So
all right,
it's much much better than the Quest 1, but it's still insane. Like draw calls is what kills us. We really have, we're really limited in what we can do with that. And so like everything in my game, like even everything in my game is like one material. So like all the buildings, every object in the game is always going to be one material no matter what. Just to fit those.
Yeah, that makes the masking easier, right?
Yeah,
because everything is in panels.
Yeah, exactly, because it's all in the panels. It's all one material. We can switch. My friend, my business partner Brian, he came up with the blueprint that like controls all these settings and things, and he made it's really cool. And these things can rotate. We could scale them. Well, not if I do that. There's a lot of cool stuff that goes in here. I can switch these backgrounds out to like ones with like panning backgrounds, so you can have like really cool epic anime effects.
Shadowfall.
Yeah. So there's a lot of really cool stuff. It's also and you can do like you can put skeleton meshes in here. You can put literally anything in here, and you can have animations, which I'll show you in a sec. So let's just grab something here. And so literally all I have to do is just grab this character, drop him in, and now we have another character in here.
Hey.
The other cool thing is I can limit what breaks this panel here. Like if I don't want this guy to like come out of the panel, I can just go down here, go to a tag, and then add no clip, and now he's permanently stuck inside the panel, can't come out. And so we do this to help build the scenes out.
Cool.
Makes it really nice
Yeah.
to do things. Because if you go here, like you can kind of see like where sometimes this effect breaks. Like if I have like a full 3D, a bunch of meshes over here, and I kind of move my camera in a weird way, you can start seeing the backs of these, and kind of like where they're poking through. So it's got its limitations, but for what we want to do in the game, like for our use cases in the game, this is like perfect. And so it's like a really niche tech, I feel like.
Yeah.
But,
even the glitches are interesting. I can see people will fuck around and break shit.
Like I feel like it's a really cool thing, and this is really like my game's unique selling point or whatever, and it's what's gotten us funding. Because like playing in VR and experiencing narratives can be quite boring sometimes, where you're just constantly, standing there and you're just watching people talk. But in my game, you'll get to watch like crazy, close-ups of their facial expressions.
You need to sell it well already.
Yeah. So it's real cool. So did you want me to play the tech demo?
Yeah, of course.
Okay, all right. So I made this tech demo for the Oculus Launchpad like a year ago, 2 years ago maybe, almost 2 years ago. So I'll just hit play here, and we had like 3 months to make this. So me and a team of like five other people spent like 3 months building this quick little demo. Let's see, launch. And let me know if my computer might explode. I need a new computer. It's quite old.
I mean, it might be blame the engine, not the game.
Yeah. It's Unreal. I'm running 2 versions of Unreal. Weird. It should be playing. Yeah, that's awkward. I would, I know some of you are probably really the material and how it works and stuff. But I definitely would recommend just checking out this post from Chris Murphy on Twitter. You can just find me on Twitter, and then if you go to if you just go to this post here, you'll eventually find a comment.
We know how that.
Yeah. Someone, everyone asks about it, so it's in there. Come on, man. Why isn't it playing?
All right, let me just.
I'm not going to show anything else in this. Close it down. I'll open it back up if people have questions.
I'm switching to our guest's view.
Yeah.
Has it started?
No, it won't play. Like I don't know. It's
all right. We can do that later.
Yeah, we can do that later. We can do that Q&A or something. I can play through it.
Yeah. 3 p.m. We are way over time. Victor,
go.
Victor.
Save.
Hey. So yeah, should I go?
Six lighting.
So yeah, today I'm going to talk about the non-destructive stuff we have in VoxelPlugin, and I'm just going to show my screen like this. So if you can just pin my window, Asher, that would be perfect.
Okay, let me wait. All right, you are doing my job, man.
Yeah, I'm stealing your job.
All right, and my face down.
Awesome.
I like how
you
are like cautiously looking at my stream to make sure I don't fuck up.
Yeah, I'm behind you. So Yeah, at VoxelPlugin, we try to make cool voxel stuff. And one of the coolest things to make with voxel stuff is terrain, of course. And in UE4 and UE5, there's this nice landmass feature in landscape where you can edit terrain or landscape in a non-destructive way. And we really wanted to have something similar for the plugin. So what we came up with is called Voxel Landmass, and it's a way to have non-destructive landscape with voxel technology. And I'm just going to show you how it works. So over here we have like a nice voxel landscape in UE5, and this is all made of like mesh brushes. So I can, for instance, select this part, and then I can move it over there. I can select this part over there and just scale it down. And in a few minutes, I can really go anywhere in the scene, remake everything I want in a entirely non-destructive way. We also have some experimental support from like water and stuff. So for instance, over there we have like a small pond of water, and if I scale this brush down a bit, you can see the water starts to fill the entire pond. So we can't use the usual like UE4 and UE5 water because we're not like height map based. So we can have water on top of water on top of water, so it just ends up being a huge mess. So we have this flood fill water thing instead. Anyways, so yeah, so
That's
the gist of it
cool.
is you can use Animesh as voxel. So let me show you how this works. So you can just like open your content browser. You can press Alt V, which is going to turn on the voxel landmass mode. And what this allows you to do is you can select any mesh you want, and then you can place it into your scene, and it's going to be added as a voxel mesh. And you can see it's like truly part of the terrain. You can like move it around and everything. And there's a few fun control we have. So of course, like you can scale it, you can rotate it, do all the fun stuff you want with it. You can also, there's a fun setting which is called smoothness. And what this is going to do is going to merge the brush with the existing landscape. So as you can see, when I move it, it's actually merging the brush with the existing stuff, which really helps to sell the effect and really helps making like a unified landscape. So I can also just copy paste the thing, and you can see they can start to like lerp in between.
So
You can really do that. And I can like make the two of these like this, and I can add a third one, rotate it like that, move it upward a bit, and like this. And you really get like, it's a bit, you really get this like unified feeling. Like if I were to select all of these and disable the smoothness, you can really see like immediately that it's just like 3 meshes next to each other. But once you start smoothing everything out, even like if you just smooth out the top one, you totally get that unified feeling and that consistent feeling. Another fun thing we can do is we can invert the brushes. So if I just tick that, now the brush is like subtractive. So I can really make, again, because it's like voxel technology, so you're not limited in any way really. So you can really make like a huge cave or something. And you see like with like the overhang and everything, that would be like literally impossible to do with a
very nice.
regular landscape.
Sorry to interrupt, but can you play in this map? Do you have?
I mean, I don't think I have a character setup, but yeah, like collision, everything works, so you could just like run around.
Okay.
I think I do have one. I might show this at the end, maybe.
That cake looks really nice. That's Lumen. Is that Lumen?
Yeah, so we have Lumen
Yeah.
support. So if I go over there, you can totally see like the lighting coming from Lumen.
Oh my god.
Like one thing from there and
Yeah.
So
going over there.
So good.
I'm not
And-
hyping you up. Oh my god, it's so good. Love it.
So yeah, we can like go to the Lumen scene, and you can see like the voxel terrain is fully supported, or like fully support Lumen, at least close to you, because it's still very experimental. But if you're close enough, it's fully supported, and you really get all that sweet bounce lighting, which is so very important when you make caves. So yeah, so where was I? Yeah, so like I can like take this mesh, for instance, and just place it, scale it up. Here we go. Then move it a bit like this. I can like increase the smoothness a bit, make it really lerp with the terrain, and then I can take my subtractive brush, move it over there, and scale it a bit.
We need this in Fortnite.
And then you truly get like that cave so easily, and like you can then tweak the smoothness a bit to really like ease off the sides, and it just looks like so good, I think. Here we go. Another fun feature we have is you can like take your brush and you can change the strength of it. So what this is going to do is it's going to like lerp the brush between like nothing and itself in a way. So you can see how the brush is like growing from like the inside. And if I place another brush on top of it, let's see. Maybe if I disable the smoothness on the brush, you'll see that the strength is then, and I need to probably increase the priority of that one. Yeah, you can see the strength is like really pulling the distance field in a way, and you can see the two parts really merging together nicely. So with that strength slider, you can really like take any mesh you want, and you can have quite a lot of different like result out of it. So I think I have like a skull mesh somewhere. Yeah. So I can like take this, and like this is just a skull, and but if I start to play with the strength, you start getting that very nice look out of it. So yeah, lots of different control to like get a lot of very different result out of it. What else do we have? Yeah, we also have, as I said, water support. So if I make like if I make this, if I invert this, I make a little pond. Maybe not so big. Then I can add some voxel water. And let's get the water material running. And so the way this works is you have a volume, so you need to scale the volume to be like the boundary of your water. Like so. Okay. I need to be careful not to make it too big, otherwise it's going to crash. But if I do this, I can then move the water volume a bit. And it's going to automatically take the shape of the voxel terrain. Then I can like move the center up and down to really place the water level where I want it to be. And you can see like the water mesh is really like perfectly intersecting with the voxel mesh. And so in theory, if we want to be a bit crazy, we can be like this. We can move this upward. And shit. And then we can probably take this one over there.
What happened?
And what I'm going to try is like make like a floating island with a lake in the middle of it.
Cool. So
Dude, that's awesome.
the water is single layer water, right?
It's like I mean, you can use any shader you want on it.
Yeah.
And it's like a flood fill. It's like a 2D flood fill.
Can
it's
this work with the shallow water plugin and the wave simulations and stuff like that?
Maybe. I mean, basically, it's like a mesh. You can do anything you want with it.
Mm-hmm.
So we could do things like I do want to like add a lot more support for those stuff to have like rivers and being able to have like a slope thing. It's still very early. Yeah, like you can see.
So if you keep digging like alongside the lake, the water will expand toward the direction you're digging, right?
Yeah, exactly. So like if I were to like dig or like just scale the thing, you can see the water expanding.
That's awesome.
And yeah, so yeah, we have water, we have bushes. I can enter play mode. It might even work. Yay! So you can see I can like run around. You can see the lighting on the character, which is so awesome with Lumen.
This is nuts.
See, like such a big cave. And yeah, the fun part is that all this also works at runtime. So like you could have like a game where you have like a wizard or something. And if I couldn't just select the brush I want, let's see. Shit. Let's hope this is not going to. Okay, I think we're good. So yeah, if I remove this one, I can probably select this. Yeah, so like you can see, like you can really move everything at runtime. And this is push 11, so I can like take this one and change the strength of it. And you can see everything updates live. So yeah, you could really like have a character power that would be like, yep, just make like a huge hole or like add a wall somewhere, and it could just like go live. And it had like so many new, I think, options for like interactivity. So yeah. Yeah, I think that's all I wanted to show about this specific feature.
That was awesome.
Dude, that was sick, man.
Victor,
Seeing you actually
are
do it.
enough.
Yeah.
So what should we do? I also have this other voxelization stuff, Asher. Should I show that now, maybe? Should we do that some other time?
Do you want to actually show your website so people know how to get this?
My
you want
website,
to show
yeah.
your
So,
website, yes.
yeah. So this is Let me bring up Chrome. Yeah. So we have like you can go to like VoxelPlugin.com, and this is like a very old website, and there's like it's on the marketplace, but like it's an old version on the marketplace. But if you get the marketplace version, you join the Discord, you can get access to the GitHub, which will give you access to this beta repo. And on this repo, you can like grab the master branch and have access to all the latest feature. So it would be very broken, very buggy, and there's like absolutely no tutorial yet as to how to use this. But if you have enough motivation, you can like do this on your own. And yeah, so yeah, VoxelPlugin.com. There's also a free version,
it's
but
worth it.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Cool. Thank you for the show. For the showing off. Let me. Wait, how do I do this again? Alright. There we go. Well, nice. I need to really up my stream canvas game. Let me see. Alright, QA time, but well, I will go over the chat very quickly. So, Victor, does your Voxel work with virtual texturing?
That's a fun question. Technically, yes. So you can get the voxel meshes to render into a virtual texture. In practice, that's not really useful because virtual textures are mostly like when you use virtual texturing for landscape, it's like a 2D texture. Mm-hmm. And this would break with like a voxel landscape because you would have a cave and something like basically two voxel surfaces at the same XY position. So what we want to do is add our own virtual texturing solution that would work with voxel landscape, and that would allow you to do like caching and to also sample it from like other meshes. So you can still do that blending of like rocks into the landscape. But this would be like a fully custom virtual texturing and not really using the UE one. The landscape.
Let's see. I'm still dealing with stream stuff. Alright,
Yeah.
People ask questions. If you already asked, please ask again because that's a lot to go through. Not that I'm lazy, I just don't want to do it.
Whoa.
Wait, why am I flickering? Am I flickering? No, only this monitor is flickering. Alright, the chat had a little latency. Alright, that's a big question. What's the future plans for VoxelPlugin?
So like the main future plan is to make cool voxel stuff, no matter what it is. That's the gist of it. We do have we are working on this big 2.0 release, So all that new stuff I showed is like in the 2.0 release, and we are hoping to have like a public version available around mid 2022, which we might hit and we might not. Like, you never know with software development. So we'll see about that.
What are the current big titles that's using your plugin? Can you disclose some of them?
Yeah, let's see which one I can actually talk about. So there's Core from Monticore, which are using the plugin, to like make. Sure, I can probably share my screen again. Doesn't matter. Okay, which are using the plugin to make landscape. So like people can create landscape in the game, and they're using the plugin to allow people to do that. We have Severed Steel, which is a first-person shooter that let you. Yeah, I need to show you this. Let's bring that up because it's like such an awesome game. So the idea is that you have this voxel environment. So the entire environment is made of voxel, and every bullet you shoot, every rocket you launch can like destroy the environment. And same when like enemies fire around you, so you get this like ultra dynamic game where you can destroy literally everything. And yeah, you can like make your own levels and stuff. But like, yeah, you can like, if you have like an enemy above you, you can like shoot a rocket, destroy the floor, and like shoot him while he's falling down, which is so much fun. We also have Idler, which is another nice indie game about finding rocks, like precious stuff inside dirt. So here the plugin is used to like really be able to dig into the terrain. Yeah, we have a few others, but that's the one that come to mind at first.
Oh, farming game, the way to go.
That's sick.
Asher, will you share the scene file for the file animation? The animation is, I think I bought it off Marketplace. It's called something Samurai. If you just search Samurai, and there are a few popping up, and one of them is what I used. They have video like preview, so okay, so it's easy to find. Should Dmaw, did you try any experiments with the virtual plan coordination (MF)?
No, I don't think I've ever used that. I have no idea what it does.
It's basically how you it's very similar to what you're doing. It's basically
cool.
to just calculate what the plane will look like in a certain depth.
Ah, cool. Yeah, I'll play with that.
Poor man's version of Raymarcher.
Yeah. I mean, ours is kind of like a poor man's ray marching, basically. fake ray marching. Yeah, the biggest thing for ours is we wanted to be able to control the points of the quad that was generated. So that was like the biggest challenge, was being able to dynamically move each one of those points individually. But yeah, that's...
Yeah, Huang said it's very similar to what you have, but might be more instruction counts. Mm-hmm. Okay, so yeah, I think Huang's point is to use that to do some kind of, like, we have internal mapping, right? We can use a plan to fake a room, and the plan material function is the simple version of that. But you're already using meshes and animation within your whole system, and it's very important to have everything, to let everything have a smooth workflow, like control rig. You're already using control rig, and that is not gonna happen in a shader graph.
Yeah.
But yeah, into real mapping, I brought that up yesterday. It would be pretty interesting to try.
Yeah, I'll give it a shot. I'm looking at it right now. Pretty cool.
I really like your fire background thing. It's kind of poor man's volumetric effect, but it looks good.
Yeah. Everything that I make is like the poor man's version of anything. Yeah. Because it's
that's all of us.
Yeah.
We are poor man's version of life. VoxelPlugin question: does it or will support planetary, arbitrary shaped words? Arbitrary. The plants? I think there are already people doing this, right? You are muted, Victor. Victor.
Yeah, awesome. So yeah, you can have planets. You can there's this like awesome game with,
oh fuck. Alright, sorry.
with like awesome VFX as well that are like, you know, you can have like any shape you want really. So yeah, spheres, ringboards, anything. What I mean, I can probably answer a few of the VoxelPlugin question. So someone asked about the price. Price is going to stay the same. So if you buy the plugin now, you will get the 2.0 version at no additional cost. So yeah, pretty much it doesn't change whether you buy it now or like in 2 years. That doesn't really change anything, I think. And tips to understand the engine source. I would say the most important one is to use a good IDE. So for instance, Rider is like awesome for Unreal Engine because it really allows you to browse the code super easily. So that would be my main recommendation.
Alright, cool. Let me hide this. Do this.
Are either of you hiring?
Yeah.
I saw Jan ask that. I don't know. We're trying to get funding to hire another full-time like generalist, just for doing blueprinting, various gameplay stuff. We also might be hiring a texture artist or another full-time texture artist in a few months. But yeah, that's about it for hiring. I think someone, Jake Mass, asked an interesting question. Could you bring in multi-million polymon from something? Yeah, I mean, yeah, you could just bring anything, like literally anything you want. You can stick in those panels and it'll work. You can do some voxel. You could throw the voxel stuff in there, and then you could have all that stuff go crazy. And then he's a part 2. Let me share
you can paint voxels into the panel. That'd be
you could
so
put
cool.
you could put voxels into the panels. It's crazy. Let me open up another map to answer his next. I need the screen share to answer his other.
Will there be links to the description? What kind of links? Wait. So the most resource can be found by just typing the Twitter handle I'm showing on screen right now.
Yeah.
And just search for stuff. And if you want to join my Discord server, you can use usher.gg. Wait, I just typed into my and there is a Discord side thing here, and just click connect and you'll be able to join. And I try to post regularly about the updates of my life and the progress I made and the demos and tools that I post. And if I have more updates of the slime game in the future, I will post that too.
And also, there's lots of smart people in there that help with problems, questions.
Yeah, the Discord server is awesome. I love it.
Yeah, it's the best.
I still can't believe how awesome a community I have. All right, show off my slime again. Wait,
yeah.
No, it's not. Wait, what is? Oh, okay, I see. Oh, I'm not. I wasn't showing my desktop. All right, I should stop typing into my browser in case something weird show up. Yeah, usher.gg. I don't know why the video doesn't show up, but we have this site in that you can just click to join the Discord server, and I have all my stuff updated regularly. Dima, what did you trying to say? Trying to show?
I wanted to answer that one question that that Jake asked. At there was like 1 second part to that question, which is really quick. I'll just show my screen if you want to put my screen on there.
Okay, let me play my slime first. I'll show off my boy whatever chance I get.
Yeah. I'm sure everyone's seen it. Jeez.
I know, but have you seen it the second time? It's made to rewatch.
It's made to rewatch.
All right, I'll put it in. Okay. There we go. Okay.
So, if you look here, that's my face. If you look here, you can't see. Wait till So you can't see what's like if there's a panel side by side, you won't be able to see them into each other. But if I move this panel, into this one, it'll definitely show up. Clip into each other. So you can't really do overlapping stuff very easily. It kind of breaks for that if you try to overlap these. There's a few things you could do, like in the material itself, like you can actually combine as many of these shaders or as many of these panel shaders together as you want. So like you can make a shape that could have like a bazillion different points and things like that. If you wanted, you could like multiply them together, or max or min. The multiple versions of that shape, or multiple copies of that material function together, and create multiple shapes. But that will drastically increase performance. Like once you get up to like, I don't know, three of these materials stacked on top of each other, it starts to get pretty bad performance wise. But as long as they're just a single version of the shader, that's usually pretty good. But yeah, that's my answer to that question.
Awesome.
Hopefully that makes sense.
It does. Voxel slime in a panel when?
Yeah, dude, we need some voxels and some slimes and a manga panel. Let's go.
The biggest crossover in history. Is that it? Is that
Nice.
it? I think it is. Yeah, I don't know how YouTube Live works. Like, it had option to like store your chat history, and I think that means it stores the video automatically. But I forgot to record the first half of my video. So if you record it, please poke me and send me the video file, just in case that I fuck up. Also, we have a pretty rad Discord community. Again, join and talk to us if you have any more questions regarding anything that we showed today. And yeah, I think that wraps it up. It's 1.5 hours. Perfect.
Yep. Yeah, there's an anime with about slime. There's probably a couple of animes about slimes. My life is a slime or whatever.
It also saves the video no matter what. That's good to know. Alright. Yeah, let's just wrap it up here. Very happy to have you too.
Yeah,
and,
man. That was cool.
Yeah.
That was awesome.
It is awesome. Like, it was so much effort to make this happen, but it's worth it. It's definitely worth it. So happy seeing some face, even if it's virtual.
Yeah.
Yeah, do you want to show your cat?
No.
Cat.
No. I don't want to get up.
Alright, stay out time. What? Oh, no. Talk to the camera. Talk to the camera. Like it? Like this? Alright. Sheesh. What a torture.
That's so funny.
It's basically its only function.
Yeah.
It just
Yeah, my
set
cat.
out.
My cats are jerks.
Yeah. Alright, see you guys offline. and
Yeah.
on Twitter, on Discord, on anything. Like, if we are not even gonna see each other, I'm talking to chat. But we are still working on the same passionate thing that we love. Video games, yay! Alright, that's it, bye. Should I play an outro or something?
Put the chicken timer back.
Yeah, I can do that.
Wait.
Wait, why? The chicken time to stop the... Nah, I just end it now.
Yeah, just turn it off.
Bye. Alright.